Welcome to the Check Ball Podcast. I'm your host, Mello Williams. Today's special guest is all the way from Houston, Texas. We have Malik and Malachi Johnson. Fellas, how y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. To get this podcast started, I'm going to ask both of you a question as far as when it comes to pregame rituals. Do you have any pregame rituals? And if so, what are they?
Listen to music and getting hyped for the game. On the way to the games, gotta get ready with music. Once you get to the game, you sit down, stretch out, and just like get ready.
Who is your favorite music artist to listen to?
Right now is Raw Wave.
Okay.
I say Meek Mill's up there.
Meek Mills and Rod Waves. I love both of those answers. What's one Meek Mill song that's your favorite? And what's one Rod Wave song that's your
Dreams
favorite?
and Nightmares. Either Alone or Beautiful Mind.
Bet it. Okay, let's start right there. Beautiful. Basketball is a beautiful sport, right? It's a beautiful game. What is it about basketball that drew both of you to the sport of basketball?
Really just watching how people get excited after like scoring the ball and making good plays. It really like just draw my attention to watch more of it and play more. People having fun, enjoying and playing in front of people and stuff like that.
Malik, being that you're the oldest brother, what is it about being the oldest that you take advantage of over Malachi?
I feel like I get like more. I grasp a hold of things more than him, so it's easier for me to like. It's easier for me to like help him out when he needs it.
Malachi, what advantage do you feel that you have being a younger brother?
I have more time and I can learn from him.
Okay, for sure, most definitely. All right, let's start off with what is it that you both love about the game of basketball?
I love the atmospheres, the connections you make with people throughout the game, and the new people you meet along traveling and just online too.
Most definitely. And we definitely know that basketball definitely can turn into lifelong relationships. What is it the most that you guys have learned about, in basketball and relationships that you can apply and identify to life?
Really run your own race and just do you. Don't worry about what other people think and how they think of you.
Malachi?
Take advantage of what you learn from older people and provide it to your stuff, your bag.
For sure. Who is both of your favorite NBA player right now?
Mine right now is Giannis because he's like a beast. He's a beast in the paint. He can facilitate too. Like I like how he can move the ball to his teammates and still get to the basket when he needs to and take over.
Malachi?
Kevin Durant,
KD.
the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Most definitely. Um, if you had to identify your game to any player, who would you say that your game relate to the most?
I feel like both of ours is KD because he can shoot the ball well and get to the basket and make plays for other people.
You, Malachi? Same?
I agree.
Okay, most definitely. Now, the last time the state of Texas probably had true twin towers like you two, probably was go back to the David Robinson, Tim Duncan days, right? Early San Antonio Spurs days, right? But how do you two feed off of each other with your height and being brothers and just being out there on the court at the same time?
The high-low action. We can both shoot it well, so we just rotate in and out. And when we have mismatches, we take them to the lower part of the paint. And since I play more like outer wing, we can, and he plays more like inside the paint. We can like feed off each other's rebounds and stuff too.
For sure, for sure. How do you two get each other going on the court? Say that one's not having a good day when it comes to shooting, but you locking up, and the others is just getting off. How do you two keep each other going?
If one's not doing very well and the other is shooting the ball well, getting to the basket, then in a certain point, I would just give him the ball and let him do his thing, and I'll rebound for him. And then getting each other open and setting screens for whoever who's hot and having that person that's hot coming off and doing their thing.
For sure. Now we know Texas is definitely known as a football state, but it's definitely known as a basketball state as well. Um, would you guys speak about, especially in the city of Houston, would you guys speak about the level of talent that you see every night and just how real basketball talent is in the state of Texas as a whole?
Um, they're bigger out here, stronger, but it's a good level of competition. I feel like Texas is fast, but when we were out in California, I feel like it was faster. Like the playing speed, the ball movement, and all that. I feel like it was faster in California.
Okay. Speaking about, playing in California, you guys play for TJ Ford AAU basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
And have an opportunity to play for someone who played at a high level at the University of Texas and drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks, playing for the Bucks as well. Talk about just the experience and just the knowledge that you guys get that most probably wouldn't get playing for someone like TJ Ford and his basketball program.
Working out with everybody by the organization, their family. We're just getting what we need out of it, gaining the knowledge. And the intensity at practice is higher than I feel any other AAU team because he expects more out of like everyone on his team. We're held to a high standard also.
For sure, most definitely. And speaking of that high standard, right? How can you guys, or how have you, taken what you've learned playing, with TJ Ford and taking it back to Milby and just, leading your team in high school?
We didn't play with TJ Ford before Milby, but after this season, I feel like with our knowledge of TJ Ford and seeing how our teammates play around us, we can do that around me and my brother. Taking it back to Milby and going back to playoffs again. Trying to.
For sure. What's the difference? What's the biggest difference in playing AAU basketball versus just playing high school city league basketball?
In AAU, it's everyone that you've probably played in your district or that that have just as much time as you do. So it's like you got to play around other guys that can score the ball, pass the ball, and everything else. But at high school, it's like you can be the leader of the team and just lead everybody else. I agree.
For sure, most definitely. Um, Impact, right? How do you impact a game when you're not scoring? What's your greatest asset that you bring to a basketball team?
Rebounding and running the floor.
Okay, rebounding and running the floor, blocking shots. How does that impact the team when you block two or three shots in a row, you get a stop, you run on the floor, your point guard hitting you while you run on the floor? How do you feel that your team draw off that inspiration from you when most teams or players draw off inspiration from seeing a player score?
I feel like the momentum shifts to our side and we can get the whole team going after seeing how me or another teammate does well on a play. And if another person isn't going, then that momentum will pick up for them too also.
For
And they'll
sure.
start making shots in.
For sure. Now, you guys both been playing varsity since freshman, right?
Yes, sir.
What advice were you given prior to being moved up? I mean, for a coach to bring up freshmen, obviously that coach not only sees talent in you, but he sees something in you as far as when it comes to leadership that you can help the team. What advice were you given that you carried over to help lead Milby?
You gotta play strong, and when you're not going, find some else to do besides not scoring.
You just got to be ready at all times. When your name is called to the table, you need to just lock in and play how
Stay
you always
focused.
play.
For sure, most definitely. Would both of you speak about your proudest moment so far as being a basketball player?
Making it to the playoffs with Milby, they were on like a little drought, so we had brought them back. Hopefully next year we can do the same.
Being named first team all district, going for MVP next year.
For sure, most definitely. Glad to hear that. I mean, because if you don't have goals, how are you going to achieve a level of greatness? How are you going to achieve a level of success? How are you going to be able to look back and say, okay, I started here and I got here? Even though we know basketball is a team sport, we also have to have, those individual things and goals to drive us as well, right? So with that being said, basketball has definitely, um, grew as far as outside of a point guard being a guy that's 6 foot running the floor or running the offense and stuff, right? And you guys, like I said, have been able to impact the game not just with your scoring but with your passing and things as well. So you definitely have floor vision and stuff like that. Speak about how basketball has changed now that to where it's almost positionless.
Everybody can do everything. It doesn't matter. It's not about how tall you are and where you can be put on the floor. You can be put anywhere if you just work on your craft.
You can look around and you'll see a 6'8" dude that you think would be in the paint out behind the 3-point line shooting it.
For sure. What do you guys love the most about the flexibility that you have, being that you're taller, but also being able to operate the offense and create shots for others as well?
We don't have to stay down in the paint and facilitate out of that little box. We can move around, get teammates open, and also hit shots.
Sure. Okay. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. And after the break, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about a little NBA playoff basketball and a little college basketball. We are back to the Check Ball podcast with today's featured guests, Malik and Malachi Johnson from Houston, Texas, starring at Milby High School. Let's talk about some college basketball. Let's start off with you, Malik. Who are your top 5 favorite college basketball teams?
My top 5 is right now is University of Houston, um, Kentucky, South Alabama, and UCF.
Mine are Duke, Houston, Kentucky, Texas Tech, and some schools out in Florida, Florida State.
Okay, most definitely. Speaking of recruiting, I'm sure you guys, if you're not being recruited by it, you definitely will be. What are you looking for from a college when it comes from an academic standpoint and athletic standpoint?
I just want to further my knowledge in school and hope to get the best out of academics so that I can pursue my career. And for athletics, Um, I feel the same way as my academics. I just want to further my skills and deepen my knowledge in that as well.
I want to take what I learned from the academic side and pursue it later in life when I'm out of college, and I want to take that athletic side and take really great um, knowledge from the older guys that are already there. And when they're gone, it will be my time to step up and take over.
Let it hear it. Let it hear it. Speaking about you guys, style of play and college basketball, we just saw definitely two great tournaments in the women's and men's March Madness tournament with the LSU in the women's side, LSU women winning their first national championship, and UConn winning their fifth national championship. We saw that the parity in college basketball due to NIL and the transfer portal and things like that, everything is balancing out. What do you see different about college basketball today that you probably didn't see maybe even a year or two ago?
It's definitely more.
The fans are more involved. They're doing it for the city, and a lot of players can do a lot of things.
For sure. How do you guys feel that your game relates to college basketball?
I see more bigs shooting the ball in basketball and handling the ball and facilitating more.
Than rather just being back to basket bigs.
For sure, most definitely. Let's talk about the NBA a little bit. The NBA has definitely changed from where it once used to be. Even 10 years ago, the NBA has changed. What do you like about the NBA today?
Um,
They're letting teams the playing tournaments now. They're letting more teams get another chance.
For sure. The play-in tournament is definitely something I feel is great for the league. Like you said, it definitely gives another team, two teams, the opportunity to get in. What's going on in the NBA playoffs right now? What teams are you looking forward to the most?
Phoenix Suns.
yeah, definitely Phoenix, KD, Chris Paul, and Booker.
Is it win it all right now for Phoenix, or do they have like another year or two to get it together? Is it
I
win
think they
now
have
or
a
what?
chance. I think they have a chance this year.
Okay.
I say it's the Suns year. I say Chris Paul gets his first.
Chris Paul finally gets his first ring. As a CP3 fan, I would love it. I definitely hope the basketball guys allow him to stay healthy and be able to be out there and be productive. Let's talk about the NBA Finals. If you guys can foresee the future, Malachi, let's start with you. Who will we see in the 2023 NBA Finals?
I say we see from the east side. I say the Philadelphia or the Bucks, and then from the west side, I see the Suns or the Denver Nuggets.
Nice. Okay. Malik,
I see the Suns and the Bucks.
Suns in the Bucks. So that'd be a repeat, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Most definitely. Before we get up out of here, just a last couple questions. Um, when it comes to leadership, right? Coaches recruiting you. What do you bring? What do you both bring to a team that a coach can depend on you two both? Depend on you both for.
Um, I don't have a negative attitude when we're down. We're always positive. Um,
It's definitely our mentality and how we carry ourselves being within the team. How we can uplift our teammates when they're not hitting shots or they're feeling down about what play they made and stuff like that.
Most definitely. And to close it out, would you let everyone know where they can find you at on social media?
My Instagram is Malik IJ underscore.
Mine's Malachi MALACHI _ 135.
And Johnson Boys Brand for Instagram.
Most,
Check it.
most definitely. Well, on behalf of the Check Ball Podcast, I would definitely like to say thank you. I appreciate both of you taking time out of your day to join me here so that we could talk about basketball and just let people know what you two have going on.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Most definitely,
Thank you.
for sure.
Also, you can find me on Twitter at Malachi J06.
So, would you say that again, please?
Malachi J06.
Most definitely. Malachi J06 on Twitter as well.
And Malik Johnson 06.
And Malik Johnson 06 on Twitter as well. Please make sure that you follow these two young gentlemen, especially if you are in the state of Texas in the city of Houston. Check out some Milby High School basketball or go online and find out where TJ4 AAU basketball teams playing throughout this country and check out what they have going on. You would definitely be impressed with Malik and Malachi Johnson. Fellas, again, thank you. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to stop by the Check Ball Podcast.
Thank you for inviting us.
Most definitely. That is another episode of the Check Ball Podcast. Today's special guest was all the way from Houston, Texas, Malik and Malachi Johnson. We will be back at the same place, same time next week. Continue blessings, everyone.